deduction, another flashlight. We got search for the truth and preposterous sketches. So preposterous sketches. Don't know if I've ever played this before. Play only if there's a clue on your location. Draw 3 cards. That could be good. There's a clue on the museum entrance. I like deduction. Search for the truth, a flashlight, and preposterous sketches. So the opening hand seems good. We can get rid of one of these flashlights. So we'll draw one. Oops, that's the encounter deck. We'll draw one, and we do get Dr. Milan Christopher. So that is pretty good. Now we are stacked. We got Dr. Milan Christopher in the opening hand. So we're starting with Dr. Milan Christopher, preposterous sketches, a flashlight, deduction, and search for the truth. Alright, let's take a look at Zoe's opening hand. So she has a 45 automatic. That's good. I don't think I've ever drawn an opening hand with Zoe and started with a weapon. So that's great. We also have emergency aid, so we could heal this trauma off. I'm not even sure if that's how that works. So if you have mental trauma, can you heal back up to 9 or not? That's a good question. Rules question. We have lucky. So fast doesn't require an action. This is the upgraded lucky. Play when you would fail a skill test, get +2 to your skill value for that test, and draw a card. Then we have a vicious blow and a shortcut. I can't really complain about this opening hand. So I think we are just going to go with that. We're going to stick with it. And we're going to start the first investigator phase. So we are at the museum entrance here. What do we want to do first? I think we should get Dr. Milan Christopher in play for Rex. So we're going to pay the 4 resources to put Dr. Milan Christopher in play. So he's going to cost 4 resources. And then that's going to give us +1 book. So we have 5 book now. And there's a reaction ability after you successfully investigate, gain 1 resource. So Dr. Milan Christopher has 1 health and 2 sanity of his own, and he's an ally. So that's our first action. And we don't have enough money to play the rest of the cards that are in our hand. So it's a shroud value of 3. We want to do an investigate action here and then likely move. Or we could gain a resource and put flashlight into play. So we only need those 2 clues, right? Yeah, we only need those 2 clues to advance the act. We can look at the agenda real quick. So we just need 2 clues here to advance this act. So finding a way inside. And we cannot move to the museum halls because the museum halls says the entrance to the museum halls is locked. You cannot move to the museum halls. The museum entrance gains, and there's an action on here to test 5 fists to attempt to break down the door to the museum. And it says if you are successful, immediately advance to Act 1B. Okay. So we have 2 actions left with Rex Murphy. So what we're going to do is an investigate action here for our second action. And we are going to commit. Should we commit this deduction? I don't think we need to commit this deduction. It would put us at 6-3. Right now we're going 5-3 without it. And if we succeed by 2, we get both clues. And if we commit the deduction, we would get 3, but there's only 2 clues on the location. So it doesn't seem necessary. Yeah, let's just investigate. Let's do a regular investigate action. So we have the chaos bag here. So we are testing 5-3, and we're going to pull a token. And we get 0. So we succeed by 2. So we're going to do Rex's reaction ability. After you succeed at a skill test by 2 or more while investigating, discover 1 clue at your location. So we get both clues. We also get a resource from the reaction ability on Dr. Milan Christopher. And we have 1 action left. So we could advance the act right now. Or we could play our flashlight. Let's advance the act. Actually, I don't know if that's a good idea. Maybe we should just wait. Let's put flashlight into play for our third action. So Rex is now going to have flashlight in play. You can take a look at the board real quick. So we are going to play flashlight. So this is going to cost us 2 resources. So we'll pay the 2 resources. And then it comes into play with 3 uses. So we have the action arrow here. We can spend a use of the flashlight. So spend 1 supply. To investigate, your location gets -2 shroud for this investigation. So if we were to use the flashlight to investigate, the shroud value of the location goes down by 2. So we'll put a dice on there so that we know how many uses we have left. And we're going to move right on to Zoe's turn. So what do we want to do with Zoe? Let's advance the act now, I think, in between turns. So can we do that? Yeah, we'll spend 2 clues to advance to Act 1B. So Rex is going to spend these clues here. It's not really an action. I think you can just advance the act whenever. So we'll go to Act 1B, and it says, if the investigators spent clues to advance, you find the window nearest to the guard and tap it loud enough to get his attention. He gives a startled jump, then shifts open the window. What do you want? He asks timidly. You explain the situation to him and tell him he is in grave danger. He warily opens the front door to the museum, shaking his head. I wasn't even supposed to be here today. Okay, so choose an investigator to take control of the set-aside Adam Lynch asset. Reveal the museum halls. Advance to Act 2A, the night at the museum. Okay, so we reveal the museum halls location, which I'm assuming means we can move there now. And this location has a 2 shroud value, 0 clues, and some text on it. And then this is night at the museum. So the Necronomicon is being kept in the restricted hall somewhere in the museum. Adam barely knows his way around and gives a startled jump at every creak of the old building. I just started here last week, he explains. What sort of trouble did you say was going on? You haven't the heart to give him the full story. So the objective is, if an investigator enters the exhibit hall, restricted hall, advance. Okay, so we have to put Adam Lynch into play, and we need to choose who's going to take control of Adam Lynch. So Adam Lynch, I think we can put him with Zoe, since he would be much safer with Zoe, since she can kill stuff better. It says, while you control Adam Lynch, treat the double action ability on the security office as if it were a single action ability. And it says, forced when Adam Lynch leaves play, remove him from the game and add 1 tablet token to the chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign. So we don't want to let him die, so we'll have Zoe take control. And we need to find this restricted hall. Okay, am I missing anything? Choose an investigator to take control, set aside Adam Lynch asset, reveal the museum halls, advance to Act 2A, night at the museum. So there is no clue amount that we need. It just says if an investigator enters the exhibit hall, restricted hall, advance. So there is a action ability on the museum halls. The museum hall says museum halls is connected to each copy of the exhibit hall. And there's an action arrow. Investigators in the museum halls spend 1 clue per investigators as a group. Put the top card of the exhibit deck into play unrevealed. Okay. Alright, so it's coming back to me now. So now we just get as many clues as we can, and we keep spawning these exhibit hall locations until we find the restricted hall. And the restricted hall is, we know it's on the bottom 3. So there's 6 locations, and we know it's one of the bottom 3. So we shuffled that, and we know it's on the bottom 3. It could be on the very bottom, which has happened before, but we hope not. So Zoe still has her 3 actions left, and she does have a shortcut, so we can use that to move for free, and it wouldn't require an action either, so that's going to be good. So let's use that. Let's use shortcut. So that is a free event, so fast play only during your turn. Choose an investigator at your location, move that investigator to a connecting location. So she's going to move down to the museum halls for free. And then from the museum halls, we can move to the security office or the administration office. And I'm trying to remember. I don't think we went to the administration office last time, so let's go there first. So let's use an action. First, let's use our let's use our first action to play 45 automatic. So Zoe's gonna get the 45 automatic here, and we'll put that into play in her little area here, and it's gonna cost 4 resources. Now the 45 automatic comes into play with 4 ammo, so we have 4 uses of this weapon, so we can shoot it 4 times, and it has an action arrow on it, so we can spend an ammo to fight, and we get +1 fist for the attack, and the attack deals +1 damage. So let's put a blue dice on there to keep track of how many shots we have left with the 45 automatic. So that was our first action. Let's use our second action to see what's over in this administration office. So the administration office, shroud value of 1 with 1 clue per investigator. So 2 clues on there. And it says you cannot investigate administration office while you have 4 or fewer resources. That is a shame. Neither of us have 4 resources. And we need 5 to be able to investigate that location. So Zoe has 1 action left. So I think she's just going to move back to the museum halls here. And then we can check this security office, and hopefully that gives us some resources, or we can draw some cards, maybe get a card that gives us resources. I don't even think we revealed that location the last time we played this. That's it for the first investigation phase. So we're going to move on to the enemy phase. There are no enemies in play. So we'll do an upkeep real quick. We're going to reset our actions. Ready all our exhausted cards. Each investigator is going to draw a card and gain a resource. So let's each draw a card. So for Zoe, we have an unexpected courage. And for Rex Murphy, we have strange solution. So we each gain 1 resource. So Zoe's got 2 resources. And Rex has 1. Now, we're going to do the first Mythos phase, so we have to add a doom to the agenda here. So put 1 doom on the agenda, and when this hits 5, it will advance. And it also has a forced ability, so when Hunting Horror enters play, attach the set-aside copy of Shadow Spawn to it, or add 1 resource to Shadow Spawn if it already exists. Okay. So now we each draw 1 encounter card. So we'll start with Zoe first. I'm just going to shuffle the encounter deck one more time. For good luck here, hopefully. Okay, Zoe's going to go first. She's going to draw her first encounter card. And it's going to be Cursed Luck. So put Cursed Luck into play in your threat area. You get -1 skill value during skill tests. If you succeed at a skill test by 1 or more, discard Cursed Luck. Alright, so that is a bad card that's going to go in our threat area. So we'll put this up here. Now we need to draw an encounter card for Rex. So he's going to draw Crypt Chill. So Revelation Test Brain 4. If you fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. If you cannot, take 2 damage. So Rex has to test Brain 4 here. Let's see if we can commit any cards to help with that test. It doesn't look like it. We have Preposterous Sketches and Strange Solution. So Strange Solution commits for 1 wild ability. 1 wild icon, and then we have the Preposterous Sketches, which commits for another brain. So that would put us at 5. I think we just commit 1. We're probably going to lose anyway. We can discard the flashlight. We need Dr. Milan Christopher so we can get these resources so that we can even investigate this location. We got to test Brain 4 right now, so yeah, let's commit this Strange Solution. So this has 1 wild icon, so we're going to go up to a 4 brain. So we're testing even at 4. So we're going to pull a chaos token here from the chaos bag, and we get -1. So we do fail, and it says if you fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. So we're going to get rid of the flashlight, and then we just discard that. Well, that sucks. That was a waste of 2 resources. Okay, so that's the end of the Mythos phase. So now we're on to the second investigation phase here. And what do we want to do? So we can investigate the administration office, right? So maybe we have Zoe go first, move over to the yeah, she can move over to the security office for 1 action. And there's going to be a 3 shroud with 2 clues per investigator. So there's 4 clues on that location. That helps a little bit. So we'll put 4 clues on there. And it has the double action arrow, so look at the revealed side of an exhibit hall in play, or the top card of the exhibit deck. Wow. Limit once per turn. And we have Adam Lynch, who can make that a single action instead of a double action. Cool. So we really need those clues. I don't think we had this one last time. We did not. So we really need those clues, and we have an unexpected courage. Now, Zoe only has a 2 book, so I don't see us passing the skill test if we just go 4 to 3. But we do have a lucky. So let's do an investigate action with Zoe, and we're going to commit this unexpected courage. So we're going to be testing 4 to 3, and if we do fail, we can play our lucky. So we're testing 4 to 3 right now. And we pull -1, so we are successful, and Zoe's going to get a clue. I wasn't really planning on passing that skill test. Now, we didn't succeed by 1 or more, right? No, we did not. So, oh, we get -1, so that would have failed. So we don't get that clue. Oh, okay, makes sense. Now we play lucky, right? And then we get +2. So hold on, this is too much math for me. So if we had -1 and we committed an unexpected courage, that put us at 3. And we drew a -1. And then we played lucky and it gave us +2. So we still have cursed luck, but we do get the clue. I think. I hope. And it says draw a card. So we're going to draw a card. And then we're going to get an evidence so fast. Play after you defeat an enemy. Discover a clue at your location. There are no enemies right now, so there's really nothing else for Zoe to do besides gain resources, so that she could potentially investigate. So she'll gain a resource for her 3rd action. And we'll move on to Rex's turn. Okay, Rex is going to move down to the museum halls and then over to the security office. So that's 2 of his actions already. And then we're going to do an investigate action and commit this deduction. So we're going 6 to 3 here. So we're testing 6 to 3 with our last action for Rex. So we'll pull a token. And we get this tablet, which means -2, return 1 of your clues to your current location. I'm not sure what the order of the steps would be, but we don't have any clues to return. So let's see, we gained all 3 of the clues, right? Because we committed a deduction, giving us an additional clue, and we succeeded by 2 or more. No, we didn't succeed by 2 or more. So we just get 1 clue. And then there's 2 left on the security office. Okay, but we did successfully investigate. Hold on, am I doing this right? So we had 4 plus 1, so we had 5, right? And we committed a deduction, so that would put us at 6. And then we got a -2, putting us at 4. And it said to return 1 of your clues. So we didn't succeed by 2. But it says if it's successful while investigating at a location, discover an additional clue. So we should have gotten 2 clues and returned 1. Yeah, so that's right. And then we would gain a resource there from the successful investigation. And then we're moving on to the enemy phase. Still no enemies, so we'll do upkeep real quick. We'll each draw a card. Rex is going to get a shortcut and Zoe a painkillers. Then we'll each gain a resource, so we're both up to 3. So we each have 3 resources now. We're getting close to that 5 resource amount. And it's going to be the Mythos phase. So we put another Doom on the agenda, putting it up to 2 out of 5. And then we're each going to draw an encounter card. We'll start with Zoe. So she's going to draw Slithering Behind You. So Revelation, if Hunting Horror is in play, add 1 Doom to it. If Hunting Horror is not in play, search the encounter deck discard pile and the void for Hunting Horror. Spawn it at your location engaged with you. Alright, so we need to find the Hunting Horror in the encounter deck, and it's going to spawn engaged with Zoe, which is good news because she can kill stuff easy and Rex can't. So we have the Hunting Horror engaged with us here. We got to shuffle this encounter deck back up, and I believe it says forced when Hunting Horror enters play, attach the set aside copy of Shadow Spawn to it or add 1 resource to Shadow Spawned if it's already in play. So we're going to add Shadow Spawned to this Hunting Horror, and what Shadow Spawned is going to do, it's a power, and it says Shadow Spawn remains attached to Hunting Horror if it enters the void, and it says Hunting Horror gets +1 fight, +1 health, +1 evade for each resource on it. If there are at least 3 resources on the Shadow Spawn, Hunting Horror also gains massive. Wow. So we really don't want to let this get out of hand again. So that was Zoe's encounter card draw. So let's draw 1 for Rex. And he's going to get Obscuring Fog. So Revelation attached to your location, limit 1 per location. Attached location gets +2 Shroud. Forced after attached location is successfully investigated, discard Obscuring Fog. So this Shroud value just went up to a 5, which is not good. And we don't have like a ward of protection or anything to get rid of that. What to do? So we really need them clues, right? Rex has a 5 book. I really don't have cards to commit right now. So all we have is Search for the Truth, Preposterous Sketches, and Shortcut. We may just have Zoe go first and try to deal with this Hunting Horror. So the Hunting Horror has 3 health. +1 from Shadow Spawn, so 4 health. A 3 evade and a 3 fight. So Zoe has a 4 fist. And we do have a vicious blow here. Now, since we became engaged with this enemy, I forgot Zoe gains a resource from her reaction ability. So after you become engaged with an enemy, gain 1 resource. Now, we can do this fight action with our 45 automatic here. We can spend an ammo to fight, and we get +1 for the attack. So the +1 would just simply negate the Cursed Luck card. So if we fight with this 45 automatic, we're still at 4, right? And we gotta beat a 3. So we could commit this vicious blow to go to a 5. And we can test 5 to 3. And Rex doesn't really have any cards that can help. So we're testing 5 to 3 using the 45 automatic here. Okay, so we do draw a 0, which is really good. Because we can discard Cursed Luck. And we did a total of 3 damage. So the 45 automatic does +1, and the vicious blow that we committed deals +1, so it's a total of 3 damage. And the Hunting Horror only has 1 health left. So that was Zoe's first action. So we got 2 left. I would like to kill this Hunting Horror and then play Evidence. So Zoe can get another clue. And then we can have Rex move back to the museum halls and turn them clues in for an exhibit hall location that we can spawn. So that sounds like a plan to me. So let's use another shot with the 45 automatic. So we're going to be at 5 now because we got rid of the Cursed Luck. So we're testing 5 to 3. And I don't think we want to commit anything. We don't have anything to commit. No fist icons. And neither does Rex. So we're testing 5 to 3. We're going to pull another token here. Okay, so we get -1, so we are successful, and we do not kill, but we're going to send the Hunting Horror to the Void. So it says when Hunting Horror leaves play, place it in the Void. We'll just put the Void up here. Now, Zoe just defeated an enemy with her second action, so we're going to play Evidence, which costs 1 resource. And it doesn't require an action, and it says after you defeat an enemy, discover a clue at your location. So she's going to get another clue. So now Zoe has 2 clues. And 1 action left. So painkillers, I don't know, we've never used that card. So it's a free trigger ability with 3 uses, so spend 1 supply, exhaust painkillers, and take 1 horror, heal 1 damage. And then we have emergency aid in our hand, so choose an investigator at your location, heal 2 damage from that investigator, or an ally asset he or she controls. So with 1 action left on Zoe, I think we just want to gain a resource. Put us back up to 4 resources. And now it is Rex's turn. So, can we beat this obscuring fog situation here is the question. We'd be testing 5 to 5. We may have to commit. I know this is really dumb. But we could commit our search for the truth to put us at 8. Or we could play preposterous sketches for 2 resources and draw 3 cards. I think that's better. So first we're going to use our shortcut to move Zoe over to the museum halls. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should wait and potentially move ourselves there for free. after we get this clue. So we're going to take our shortcut back. Let's just do it. Let's spend the 2 resources to play Preposterous Sketches. So we're apparently drawing some crazy monster thing here and spending 2 of our resources to draw 3 cards. So we're going to draw 3. We get Ward of Protection, I've Got a Plan, and Elusive. So some handy cards there, but not really what we're looking for. We still may have to commit Search for the Truth if we want to get this clue. And now we don't even have the resources to... So yeah, let's do shortcut. We'll use it on ourselves. So we're going to use shortcut to move for free over to museum halls. And then we're going to spend 2 clues as a group. So we'll take one from each. So this is our last action. So investigators at the museum halls may spend 1 clue per investigator as a group to put the top card of the exhibit deck into play unrevealed. So let's put that over here. And I think we are going to have to move this over just a bit. So we got the museum entrance. Can we still see this? Let me just check this map. So yeah, we can still kind of see this over here. And we'll put these exhibit hall locations over here, because they're all just going to be lined up. So that was Rex's 3rd and final action. So it is the enemy phase. And the only enemy is in the void. And the void it's an out of play area next to the act and agenda deck which hunting horror enemy can enter and leave via card effects. While the hunting horror is in the void, it is considered out of play. So if it's out of play, do we do the ability on it where it says forced at the start of the enemy phase, reveal 3 random chaos tokens from the bag? If revealed token has one of those symbols, ready hunting horror. I don't think so. I think we only do that while it's in play. So if we were to evade it or something, it would be exhausted, and then we would have to reveal a token and it would ready and then attack us. That makes more sense. Alright, so no enemies in play right now. So we're doing upkeep. Let's each draw a card. So Rex is going to draw into another shortcut. And Zoe's going to get a Beat Cop. So Beat Cop gives us +1 fist and a free trigger ability to exhaust Beat Cop and deal 1 damage to it. Deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. So he soaks for 3 damage and 2 sanity. That's pretty good. We're each going to gain 1 resource. So Zoe is now at 5 resources and Rex has 3. And then we're on to the Mythos phase. So this is already not going well. We got 3 Doom on the agenda out of 5. Do we really care about this Necronomicon? I've been trying to get it because I don't think I've gotten it before, but we may just have to resign. As we've already been playing for, it looks like an hour, and we haven't really gotten anywhere, so let's draw our encounter cards. So Rex is going to go first, or Zoe's going to go first, sorry. Twist of Fate. So Revelation, reveal a random chaos token from the chaos bag. If you reveal an elder sign symbol or positive number, nothing happens. If you reveal any other number, take 1 damage. If you reveal one of these symbols, take 2 horror. So let's reveal a random chaos token from the bag like it says. And we get a skull. So we're going to take 2 horror on Zoe. So that's not good. Zoe's got 2 horror. We need to put that on the 2 side. And yeah, emergency aid does not heal horror, which sucks, and painkillers heals damage. So which of these locations are connected to the exhibit halls? The museum hall is connected to each copy of exhibit hall. Alright, so Rex can move right on in to this exhibit hall location and hopefully get some more clues, right? So after we draw his encounter card, hopefully we can do that. So he's going to get a locked door. So attached to the location with the most clues and without a locked door attached, the attached location cannot be investigated. Then there's an action ability on locked door to test Fist 4 to break down the lock and discard locked door. Alright. Oh, I put that... No, it says attached to the location with the most clues. Yeah. So, administration office has the most clues. We don't know what's in the exhibit hall yet. I kind of got lucky there. So what do we want to do next? I feel like Zoe should just put this beat cop into play. Right? And then we can use emergency aid to heal beat cop after we smash this hunting horror thing. Because I know it's coming back into play soon. Zoe has a clue. So I think Rex should go first, and then if he does end up getting enough clues from this exhibit hall location, Zoe can use her action to reveal another exhibit hall location. Sounds good. So let's have Rex go first. Now, do we want to use shortcut here? Why not, right? Yeah, let's use shortcut. So fast play, only during your turn, choose an investigator at your location. Move that investigator to a connecting location. So we're going to move for free to the exhibit hall, and we still have 3 actions. Okay, and this is the Add a Baskin exhibit. So no clues here. One shroud value. Forced. After you enter this location, lose all of your remaining actions and immediately end your turn. What? Well, that really sucked. Oh my god, this game's brutal. Fuck me, what are we gonna do here? Alright. Well, Zoe is just gonna play beat cop for... Well, I guess she has 5 resources. So she could move to that administration office, right? No, we can't even investigate there. Unless we break down the lock, right? Beat cop would give us 5. And we need to test Fist 4 to break it down. And then we can investigate. It's only a 1 shroud. We're still not going to get it. Let's put beat cop into play. So we're going to spend 4 resources to put beat cop into play with Zoe. And beat cop soaks for 3 damage and 2 horror. It's a shame we did not have beat cop in play when we took that 2 horror. And she's got 1 resource left and 2 actions. Let's gain 2 resources, or let's gain a resource and draw a card. Alright, so we drew into a guts, which is not bad. So Rex lost all of his actions. That was horrible. Alright, so no enemies again. We just have that one enemy this entire scenario, and we still can't seem to beat it on standard difficulty. So, yeah, I'm soon giving up on this game. We'll do upkeep. We're each going to draw a card. So we got Inquiring Mind for Rex and Emergency Aid for Zoe. So we already have an emergency aid. Then we're each going to gain a resource. So Zoe's going to go up to 3. And Rex 4. Now we do the Mythos phase. So we'll flip this over. There's now 4 Doom on the agenda with a 5 threshold. And Zoe's going to draw her encounter card first. So slithering behind you again. So here comes that Hunting Horror coming back into play, right? And it says if Hunting Horror is in play, add 1 Doom to it. If Hunting Horror is not in play, search the encounter deck discard pile and the void and spawn it at your location engaged with you. So it's out of play right now, right? Because it says the void is an out of play area. So Zoe is now engaged. I just don't have room for this stuff. Let's put this up here. And this thing is engaged with Zoe, this Hunting Horror. So she gains a resource for being engaged with an enemy. And then we could put a ready token on B-Cop in case we end up exhausting it. Let's draw an encounter card for Rex here. So Arcane Barrier attached to your location. As an additional cost to move in or out of attached location, test Brain 4 if successful. Discard Arcane Barrier. Otherwise, you must either cancel the effects of the move or discard the top 5 cards of your deck. So we're probably going to have to discard the top 5 cards of our deck here just to get out of that exhibit hall location. Unless, hold on, we have Word of Protection. So fast play when you draw a non-weakness treachery card. So yeah, that's a non-weakness treachery card. So Rex is going to use his Word of Protection to cancel that card's revelation effect and take a horror. So that's going to cost us the 1 resource. And we're just going to get rid of that. I'm so sick of those arcane barriers. Soon we'll probably have to shuffle that encounter deck anyway and put the discard pile right back in. This game never gives up. I feel like I'm just constantly getting hounded. Alright, starting the investigation phase here. Can't believe we pulled that exhibit hall location first. That really sucks. There's just no clues there. We got really nothing going on either. Rex drew an Inquiring Mind, which gives us 3 wild icons. So we might have gotten out of there with that Arcane Barrier, but I'd rather just use the Ward of Protection. So Zoe is engaged with this monster here. And we want to kill it before... Yeah, we want to kill it again and get that clue off the security office. So let's fight with Zoe again. So she's going to use a 45 automatic charge. So we only have 1 left. And we're going to get +1 fist for this attack and deals +1 damage. So we're fighting with 5. So we're going 5 to... They get +1, right? So 5 to 3 here. So we're going to draw a token. 5 to 3. Come on. -1, so we are good. And we deal 2 damage to this thing. 2 damage. Let's use the last charge of the 45 automatic to fight again. We don't want to use B-Cop yet. Yeah, we don't want to use B-Cop yet. So we're going to use the last charge on this 45 automatic to fight again. So we're going 5 to 3 again. So let's go. -2, so we are good, right? Dead even at 3, so 45 automatic's gone. Hunting Horror is back in the void. And do we have an evidence we can play? Let's see. We don't. We have 2 emergency aid, a guts, and a painkillers. That is a real shame. Yeah, Zoe's not going to be able to get these clues here. This was just really unlucky, man. I say we move her over and try to break down that locked door. So she's going to move to the museum halls for her last action. Oh, what do we do with Rex? Dude's lost. He can't do anything. He could maybe get the security office. We'll move back to the museum halls for 1, then to the security office for 2. So this gets +2 shroud. So we are going to use an inquiring mind here. So that gives us 3 wild icons. So we are testing 8 to 4. Or 8 to 5, sorry. So just give us a good number. 8, 7, 6. So we do succeed by 1, and we get that last clue on there and a resource. And the location was successfully investigated, so we can get rid of the obscuring fog. And that was our last action. So we can't reveal another exhibit thing. Exhibit hall location, and the agenda is going to pop this turn. So enemy phase, we killed the hunting horror, and we're moving on to the upkeep. So we'll each draw a card. We got working, a hunch, and an unexpected courage. We each gain a resource. Zoe's going to be at 5, and so is Rex. We forgot to give Rex his clue. Okay, Mythos phase, we are going to put a Doom on the agenda, so that sets it at 5. So it is going to advance here. And let's see what happens. Alright, so from the shadows of the museum halls, a terrible creature slithers forth, long and serpentine, and propelled by black leathery wings. If hunting horror is in play, add 1 Doom to it. If hunting horror is not in play, search the encounter deck, discard pile, and the void for hunting horror, and spawn it at the museum halls. Okay, so it's going to be engaged with Zoe again, because she's at the museum halls. She gains a resource, moving up to 6. Alright, then it says, shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. That part sucks. I guess the whole encounter card thing that's the idea. It's supposed to suck. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we shuffled the encounter card discard pile, whatever, back into the encounter deck. Gotta remove the Doom from the agenda, and then it says, I'm assuming we just advance to the next one. So Agenda 2A, shadows deepen. So the shadows in the museum grow and become darker. As the shadows lengthen and shift, they begin to suggest the sinewy body of an uncanny creature darting at the periphery of your awareness. Forced. When hunting horror enters play, attach the set-aside copy of Shadow Spawn to it, or add one resource to Shadow Spawn if it is already attached. Okay, so that thing entered play, and that says the same thing. So it should have a resource on it, right? Yeah, let's put a resource on it because it's come in and out of play once so far. Or maybe twice. This is its second time, so we should put another resource on it. We're gonna have to get out of here, I think. I mean, we can reveal if it gets better when we get this exhibit hall location. Then we'll stick with it. But other than that, I'm about to just quit. Like, I'm gonna resign because this is the second or third time I've tried this, and I guess I'm just bad at the game. I don't remember Dunwich being this hard. Alright, so what is happening? So we advanced the agenda, right? So we each draw an encounter card. So this new agenda has a 7 doom threshold. So let's draw an encounter card for Zoe first. Twist of Fate, reveal a random chaos token. Let's see what happens to our fate. Dude, why is Stream Elements... Oh, we got the Elder Sign. Nothing happens. Great, thank you. Stream Elements is fucking up my stream information. I don't even know how to edit that. Stream information, we need to change that. We did. So Stream Elements is broken or something? It's saying that I'm playing Wingspan, which is kind of upsetting. I have no idea how to... I have no idea how to delete messages on here. Oh no. Oh my god. Alright, we're just gonna ignore that. I don't know why it says that we're playing Wingspan. Yeah, this is irritating. I mean, I have this stream information pulled up, and that's not what it says. It says we're playing Arkham Horror Dunwich, and I updated it, so stream info updated successfully. And I did this before I started too. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about that right now. So where were we at? That was Zoe's encounter card. Let's draw one for Rex. We got Passage into the Veil. So Revelation Test Brain 3. This test has +2 difficulty if hunting horrors at your location. It is not. So we got to test Brain 3 on Rex. And we lost that. Inquiring Mind. Okay, well, he has a Brain 3. Zoe can't commit her guts because she's not there, right? Yeah, she has to be at the same location, I think. Too many rules to remember. Alright, let's see. Let's just go 3 to 3. What happens? What happens if we lose? If you fail, you must either choose one, discard the top 5 cards of your deck, or take 1 direct damage. Oh, look at that. We pulled a 0. Fuck yeah. Alright. So, we'll get rid of that bullshit. Alright, things are looking up now. Zoe's got to kill that stupid hunting horror, and it gets +1 health, so it's now got 5 health, and she's got no weapons, so we're kind of screwed. So, let's have Zoe go first, so she can try to fight this thing off. We literally have no weapons. I think we're just gonna die. We're in a pretty bad situation. Let's fight. So we're gonna go 5, 6, 7 to 4. So we're gonna commit this unexpected courage. And we have 5, so we're going 7 to 4 right now against this hunting horror for +1 damage. Okay, so we got a 0. So that's 1 damage. We're never gonna kill this thing without a weapon. Maybe we should have evaded it. So it's got 5 health. We could fight again. We could draw a card, maybe get lucky. Let's fight again. This time we're going 5 to 4. And it does have retaliate. Okay, -3. So we miss and we take a damage. And a horror. So this goes up to 2. Yeah, we're definitely dead. And then we have 3 horror on us. And we have no way to heal the horror. So we're going to use our free trigger on Beat Cop to exhaust Beat Cop and deal damage to him and an enemy, right? So we'll give him a damage. Give him a damage. And we got 1 action left. Let's use our one of our emergency aids. So we're going to pay 2 resources to play emergency aids. So we're going to choose an investigator at our location, heal 2 damage from that investigator, or an ally asset he or she controls. So we're going to heal 2 damage from us and go back up to 9. And someone can let me know if that's legal since we have 1 trauma. And that's going to be it for Zoe, I think. Yeah, we fought twice, and then we played emergency aid. So, God has spoken. I will do his work without hesitation. That's what Zoe's talking about over here. That's some crazy shit. Alright, Zoe is done. And that hunting horror is still in play, which sucks. But we got Rex. Oh, no, we shouldn't have done that. Well, Rex has to move anyway, so let's move him. Let's move him here. So that's our first action. And then our second action is going to be spend 2 clues as a group to put the next exhibit hall location into play. And then we're going to move directly to that exhibit hall location. So Rex is going over here. We're going to see what we have. Okay, finally some fucking clues. So we got 4 clues on this location. A shroud value of 3, and after you fail a skill test while investigating this location, take a horror. Not so bad. It might be time to resign soon. That's it. So, enemy phase. We got this hunting horror is going to attack Zoe. Hitting for 1 damage and 1 horror. So, she gets 2 more horror on her, and she's dead. Not dead, but taking a mental trauma, pretty much. Yeah, I'm not playing this one again. We're just gonna, whatever happens, happens. We're gonna die, maybe resign and get out of here. I'm tired of playing this scenario. It seems tough. I don't remember this expansion being that tough. Cool. So that's it. That was the enemy phase. We're gonna do upkeep real quick. Rex and Zoe are drawing a card. Rex gets Dr. William T. Mailson. So never played this one. It's an ally. Costs 1 resource. We can zoom in here on these cards. So he's an ally. Costs 1 resource and a reaction ability. When you draw an encounter card from the encounter deck, exhaust Dr. William T. Mailson and place one of your clues on your location. Cancel the drawing of that card and shuffle it back into the encounter deck, then draw a new card from the top of the encounter deck. Okay. And then Zoe's going to get a vicious blow. And we know what that does. More damage, more icons. We each gain 1 resource. So Rex goes up to 6. Zoe has 7. Now, we're going to put a Doom on the agenda and start drawing our encounter cards. Zoe first. Twist of Fate. So, reveal a random chaos token. Here we go again. We need that Elder Sign again. I don't know how he pulled that. I was so lucky. -1. Alright. If you reveal any other number, take 1 damage. Alright, that's fine. I'm fine with that. So, she's going to take another damage. She can take damage all day. She can heal it. But it's the horror that we can't take. I wonder, should we probably have dealt the horror to the B cop, right? Yes. So we'd be at 3 horror, and B cop would be at 1. Now we're thinking. All right. Twist of Fate gets discarded. Rex draws an encounter card. Arcane Barrier again. Oh man, this is getting irritating. Alright, so as an additional cost to move in or out of your location, test Brain 4. If successful, discard Arcane Barrier. Otherwise, you must either cancel the effects of the move or discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Alright, so we can just discard the top 5 cards of our deck if we can't pass that test. But first, we're going to try to get all the damn clues off of that location. So, we have Dr. William T. Mailson now. This place has a shroud value of 3, and if we fail, we take a horror if we're investigating here. I might just have to commit search for the truth, as much as I hate to say it. The first thing we can do is spend 2 resources to play Working a Hunch, so that just gives us a free clue. Okay. So we'll go down to 5 resources. No, 4, right? Yeah, because we had 6. So we'll go down to 4 resources, and we get 1 clue. So let's take our clue. That didn't cost an action either because it has the fast keyword on it. Now, we can investigate here, and we are going to commit search for the truth. I really don't want to do it, but it's either we do that or we draw 1 card. So I think we're just going to commit it. So we're testing 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're testing 8 to 3. So this is our first action. So we're investigating. 8 to 3. And we get that green thing -1 if you fail. Okay, we didn't fail. And we get 2 clues and a resource. Good shit. So there's only 1 clue left on this location. And in order to move out here, we got to test Brain 4. We could commit William T. Mailson, but I like him. We might just play him, actually. We'll put him into play for our second action. That's going to cost a resource. Let's investigate again. And we'll commit this I've got a plan. So that's going to put us at 6. So we're testing 6 to 3 now for that last clue. Okay, so we get -2. So 4 to 3. So we are still good. We get a clue and a resource. So Rex got 4 clues. And he's going to head back to the museum halls so that we can just start putting these exhibit halls in play and try to get this Necronomicon. Even though it's probably not going to happen, sadly. Okay, so that was the 3 actions for Rex. Now we got Zoe. She's got to try to kill this thing. We didn't ready the B cup yet, did we? No. So we'll use the free trigger on B cop to deal a damage to B cop, so he can take 3 damage. So he takes 1 more damage, and then we give a damage to the hunting horror. Now, we have a vicious blow, but we may not want to use it. No, we do want to use it because this thing has 5 health now because of those 2 resources. So we are going to commit this vicious blow. Okay? And we got 5 fists, so we're going 5 to 4. So we're testing 5, 6. 6 to 4 because we committed a vicious blow. So 6 to 4. And just give me a good -4. Are you fucking serious? So we get retaliate. So we take another damage. And a horror, putting us up to 4. I guess we can go to 4. Maybe we should just give that horror to Adam Lynch. Fuck him, right? Well, we're adding a tablet to the campaign, the chaos bag. Yeah, let's just go to 4. I don't care if she gets trauma, mental trauma. I'm gonna have to put something in there that heals horror. Or somebody could just tell me why I'm doing so poorly. Was that our first action? Wow, I can't believe we committed that vicious blow and got a -4. That really sucks. Yeah, we went 6 to 3, 4, and we got a -4. That's horrible. All right, so that was our first action. Wow, this is really looking bad. So let's fight again. We have nothing to commit. We have no fist icons. Let's just fight again. We'll test 5 to 4. -1, so we are successful. We deal 1 more damage. Let's do it again. Let's go 5 to 4. Ooh, auto success. I like it. Alright, +1 if the skill test is successful, deals an extra damage. Doesn't matter because the thing only has 5 health. So, that's going to go out of play. Now, when this thing comes back in play, it's going to have 6 health and get massive. So, that sucks. But we did knock it out of play there, which is good. She doesn't have an action left to do emergency aid, but we move on to the enemy phase and we just knock that enemy out. So upkeep, we'll each draw a card. I've got a plan and another guts on Zoe. Then we each gain a resource. Zoe has 8. Rex has 5. We'll ready up our beat cop. We should probably just kill him off. We should probably just kill him off instead of taking any more horror. Alright, Mythos phase. Let's see how bad we're going to get screwed by the game here. Let's put another Doom on the agenda. That sounds like fun. So it goes up to 2 out of 7. And then we're going to draw an encounter card first for Zoe. So Visions of Future Past. Test Brain 5. Ha! Easy. We got 2 guts. Test Brain 5 for each point you fail by. Discard the top card of your deck. So we can't commit both of these guts. But we can commit this Painkillers. I don't see us ever using it. So this is going to give us 3. And we already have 4. So we're going to test 7 to 5. And if we're successful, we draw a card. So we're testing 7 to 5 here on the brain. And we get the auto fail. So we suck. And we got to discard 5 cards of our deck. So 1, that's actually good. There goes leg injury. 2, 3, need to move these over. 4, there goes guard dog, and 5, there goes the other upgraded beat cop. Wow, this is just shit show after shit show. Fuck this game. Okay, let's draw an encounter card for Rex. So Visions of Future Past. Is that not what I just drew? It is. That's exactly what I just drew. So now he has to do the exact same thing. Test Brain 5, and then discard cards from his deck. So Rex has no cards to commit, and Zoe can't commit cards for him because they're not at the same location. So we're testing 5 to 3, or 3 to 5. And whoa, there's the auto fail again. We're good. We're good at this auto fail thing. So we draw the auto fail. We discard 5 cards from our deck. There goes Manual Dexterity, Mind Over Matter. Rex's Curse is gone. What was the first one? 1, 2, 3, 4. So one more. There goes a Guts and a Deduction. Cool beans. Investigator phase. We got to get this. We're not getting the Necronomicon. We're going to resign. That thing's just going to keep coming back into play and fucking with us pretty much. So I'm getting out of here. I don't care about this book. Unless, is it possible? So we can reveal 2 locations. And we can have Zoe look at them. And if they're not it, we're leaving. Right? I don't know. I don't know what to do. We still have Adam Lynch in play, which is weird. He seems useless. I mean, he allows us to look at the exhibit hall, unrevealed exhibit hall locations. So Rex, in order to move here, we got to test Brain 4, right? And we're going to just fail that. So let's test Brain 3 to 4. And we need a +1 to succeed, right? We got a -1, so we have to cancel the move or discard the top 5 cards of our deck. We're doing discard top 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. There goes a bunch of good cards. Now we can move back to the museum halls and spend 2 clues to reveal or not reveal, but put the next exhibit hall location in play. So we have 1, 2, 3. And then let's use our second action to do the exact same thing. Spend those other 2 clues. Put another exhibit hall location in play. And then Rex is done. and he's at the museum halls. Let's have Zoe move to the security office, and we're going to use one action to look at this one. And that is not the restricted hall. And then we're going to use another action to look at this one, and this is also not the restricted hall. So that's it for all the actions. We're gonna resign here. I'm not taking any more mental trauma. I just want to get out of here. So I'm just tired of this scenario. This is my third time trying it, so yeah, let's move on to what's next. Enemy phase, there's no enemies. Upkeep real quick. We each draw a card. We got working, a hunch, and shortcut. And then Mythos phase, we're going to put up Doom on the agenda, going up to 3. And then draw our encounter cards. So Zoe first, pushed into the Beyond. So this is a Hex, Revelation, choose and shuffle a non-story asset you control into your deck. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. So there goes Beat Cop. Good thing we didn't get rid of him, I guess. We're going to put him back in our deck and then shuffle our deck and discard the top 3. And if he's in there, some bad shit happens. We got to take 2 horror, which would give us a mental trauma. I bet you this happens here. This is some seriously bad luck. We got to do a good shuffle job here. We're going to shuffle this up real good. And just get rid of this Zoe character. So, ready? 1. Got Liquid Courage. 2. There goes Machete. 3. 45 automatic. All the shit we need to kill the hunting horror. So, we did not find the Beat Cop, so that's good news. And then Rex is going to get stalked in the dark. So, Revelation, if hunting horror is in play, it readies, engages you, and attacks each investigator at your location. Otherwise, stalked in the dark gains surge. So, we're going to draw another one, Twist of Fate. So, we're going to reveal a random chaos token here, and then some bad shit's going to happen. So, let's see what happens. We need this Elder Sign to come out. We got -1. So, we take 1 damage. So, this is going to go to 2. Now, are we going to continue playing? I don't even think it's possible. We know these aren't the locations. There's only 2 left. Now, when we looked at these locations, there are clues there. We can see. So there was 2 clues there, and there was 2 clues there. So we could go get the clues, go back. We could go get the clues, go back, and then try one more time. But I'm pretty sure there's another act where we have to get all the clues off the exhibit hall. Nope, I don't even think we're gonna do it. We're gonna resign. So let's move up with Rex and we'll resign. And then Zoe will use 2 actions to move and resign. So that's gonna be it for tonight. So let's read the situation here. So, if no resolution was reached, each investigator resigned or was defeated. Whatever the creature in the museum hall was, whatever the creature in the museum was, you had neither the will nor the tools to destroy it. It seems you must give up any hope of recovering the Necronomicon. Even so, there are others depending on you. Gathering your courage, you prepare for your next task. In your campaign log, record that the investigators failed to recover the Necronomicon. I don't know what happened to my pencil.